Based on the happenings of last video, I have received a significant amount of guidance from everybody. All of it is pretty awesome, and I plan to follow almost all of it, in cleaning the injectors to troubleshooting the overall problem. The best advice, shout out to Triple Dizzle on digital Corvettes, kind of leading me to my thoughts and where I'm going to turn to first is I believe that when I took the distributor out, I took the cap off and I marked the rotor, but my belief is that whoever worked on this before me had the rotor in 180 degrees off, and so when I put it back the way I took it out, it's still off. So I need to, number one, take the cap off again and get the engine on top dead center and check the number one cylinder for the intake. And what should happen at this point is on the compression stroke, the intake should open as the piston's drawn down, and then as the piston climbs back up, the intake valve should close right before the firing stroke. So what I'm going to do is take off the cover and look for the intake valve to close right before I hit top dead center. And then we'll see how far the rotor was off. If that was the initial problem, I'll put it all back together and try to start it again, and then if it starts or if it doesn't start, then I'll clean the injectors. Either way, I'm going to clean the injectors like people have suggested to me, because I think it was pretty awesome that everyone reached out, kind of helped out. Okay, so first we just do all of this. Got the cap off. I can't wait for tomorrow where I can't move my back. It's the best part about this. So here's what I'm going to pretend to know. Where there's an exhaust port goes directly to an exhaust valve. Bing, bing, exhaust, exhaust. That means this is an intake. So I need to move the crank, and right before top dead center I need to see this one move. So let's keep our eye on that. We want that one to move right before top dead center. So now the intake's starting down, and we had the rotor pointing to the first cylinder on top dead center as the intake's going down, so it's off 180 degrees. Now we know. Now we can move it and see how the intake is letting all the fuel in. Now it's closing. It's getting ready for the compression stroke. And ignite. Boom. So now we must be getting close to top dead center. There is top dead center. Let's flip the distributor around. It's in backwards. Okay, it looks like it's good. Let's give it a whirl. Feet up in case it runs me over. Ooh, fasten belt signs on. It burns oil, doesn't it? I don't know how to fix that. Smells Why is there so much? That is because of why. Like, why was it pushing smoke that bad? Right? Maybe the exhaust in general is plugged. It's awesome. So awesome. Start it up one more time. Just for fun. Seems like a win, doesn't it? So, what is it that we learned? Always double check if you're getting a junkyard car, which this isn't a junkyard car, this is a normal car. But if you happen to get a junkyard car, double check that it's on top dead center. The other lesson we learned is obviously you can't have too many Corvettes. And this is going to be a runner. I assume there's some animals living in the exhaust pipes, or something catastrophic happened and blew something into the exhaust pipes, or it's still significantly burning coolant, or it's only running on 2 cylinders, or I think the exhausts are plugged because it was just pouring out from underneath me. And I haven't looked at the video yet to see if it was coming out the back. I'll see that when you see that. It ran. When